The Olympics begun today, and well, at least the sport that I watch for the Olympics begun today. I don't know if any other competitions have been going on before this, but there were some big games today, like France versus USA, in which Thierry Henry's France just beat the living crap out of us. I mean, there's some sort of ingrained, delusional faith that you have as an American going to every single competition. I mean, whenever we go into the World Cup, I don't care if we have 4 MLS players on our starting 11. I have faith we're going to win the World Cup. And I believe it too. And it was the same thing going into this Olympics. And now we just lost 3-0 to France, which was going to happen. It was always going to happen. I mean, they're using their designated players very wisely. Alexander Lacazette and Jean Mateta, putting them up against MLS defenders, it's hilarious. I mean, they just walk through. It is too easy, really. And when the USA isn't even bringing up the best U23 players, like Diego Luna was left at home playing for Real Salt Lake. He's one of the best players in MLS this year, and honestly last year as well. Completely overlooked for the entire roster. I think he should probably start for this team. But this federation is a joke from the top to the bottom. At least we got rid of Berhalter, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. And losing 3-0 to France was expected. Then we had Spain playing against Uzbekistan, and that's a tough matchup for Spain. You might think I'm being sarcastic. I'm not. Uzbekistan has some young players that are actually very promising, and I think that the country as a whole, it's growing exponentially. From the first team to the U23 team, they're actually starting to compete with some of the best nations in the world. They're not quite there yet, but Uzbekistan is a growing country when it comes to football. And then you also had Japan just beat the brakes off Paraguay. Japan seemed like they might be good for the next decade to come. I think they won 5-0. Absolutely incredible. But none of these games are the games that I'm talking about today, because there was a incident in the Argentina versus Morocco match that led to a 2-hour VAR check. 2 hours. 2 hours. That's longer than the match is meant to take in the first place. That was just between when they checked VAR to when they resumed play. And of course, there's some things that go along with that. We're going to get into that. But let me show you these pictures. This is what the field looked like when Argentina scored. There was 90 minutes played plus 16 on the clock. This was the 106th minute. And they were down 2-1. Argentina score a goal right here. And that ties it up. 2-2. In the final seconds of the match, in literally the 106th minute of regular time, they scored a goal. This is not extra time. This is added time. And they scored to tie it 2-2. After that, fans started throwing things onto the field. When they started throwing things onto the field, the referee said, okay, this is starting to get dangerous. We're going to suspend the match. And after he blew the whistle, everybody, and I mean even the players, assumed that was the end of the match. In fact, commentators had left the stadium and started to go home. And then they get a call saying, hey, guys, the match is going to resume once they get all of the fans out of the stadium. And they remove all of the fans. So this is what it looked like before. And then this is what it looked like when they came back. Every single fan was out of the stadium. And it was still the 106th minute. They actually paused the clock, which isn't, I guess, supposed to happen. But this is a very unique circumstance. But that's not even the end of it. Of course, they came back. They started to warm up again for the final, 45 seconds of the match that needed to be played. They had to go through an entire warm-up to make sure that they didn't get hurt when they resumed play. But right before they resumed play, the referee pulled a little trick out of his pocket and said, let's check VAR. 2 hours after the goal is scored, he goes up to the monitor and then raises his hand for offside. He raises his hand because the player involved with the goal was offside right there. You can see the Argentinian player just about a foot off, but undeniably offside. It is the correct call. But if you get offside, call it like imagine going to the locker room, understanding you drew 2-2, kind of hyped up because you tied it in the last minute. You take off your boots, you go take a shower, and then your coach is like, hey, we still got 3 minutes to play. And then you're like, oh, I got to go back out. I just washed off. I took my socks off. I got to get dressed again. I got to put on my jersey, which is sweaty. Oh my God, that is the worst. You go out there after another 90 minutes. You get warmed up, and then right before you're about to start playing, the referee goes to the monitor and says, hey guys, you're not drawing anymore. You're down by 1 again. And then that was the end of the match. I mean, they played on for about 2 minutes. Argentina did have a couple of half chances. The goalkeeper had to come out and make a nice catch on a cross, and they got, they penetrated the defense a little bit. Nothing too challenging for Morocco's defense. Either way, Argentina lose this game 2-1. And I just feel like after that, you're just like, I just want to go home. I don't even want to argue with the referee. I don't care anymore. I got here 5 hours ago. I started warming up 5 hours ago, and we are still here. I want to go home. And that is something that I genuinely have never seen before. Literally, commentators had left the stadium and then went back to resume after they got back. It's never been seen before. But I thought that was one of the most interesting things that happened on Olympics Day 1. But make sure to hit that subscribe button for me. We need to hit 1,000 subscribers on this channel, and I'll keep you guys updated with the Olympics as it goes. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.